Yep, I risk too. That doesn't matter.
Okay, good morning. My name is Pete Freeman. I'll be the acting chair today. Along with me on the panel is Mr. Barrott to my right, Mr. Tillis to my left. With staff at headquarters, please introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Shakita McCurdy.
Okay, is there anybody there from RLCC? Staff?
Yes, sir. Raven Heath classification. I'm waiting on the wardens. They're on their way.
The warden's on their way?
Yes.
Okay. Is the subject with you?
Yes, sir, he is.
Okay, let's get some preliminary stuff out the way. Markeith Guillory, Markeith, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Guillory 716-183.
Okay, Markeith, you're here today for a revocation hearing. Do you have your parole questionnaire with you?
Yes.
Okay, do you understand you're not entitled to attorney? If you want one, you'd have to hire. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Boy Kelly, today your hearing has been assigned to Mr. Tillis, so he's gonna be leading the questioning. The wardens, do they have something to say? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't think so.
Okay. Have y'all had any disciplinary problems with him since he's been there?
He has had some disciplinary write-ups. Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know what they for by any chance? I don't think.
He has had contraband number ones, 3 and 5s, defiance, aggravated disobedience, and 21F. Since last year. He doesn't have any for this year.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Guillory, your case was assigned to Mr. Tillis. Mr. Tillis, would you lead us in the question?
Good morning, Mr. Guillory. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, good. Could you speak a little louder so we can hear you clearly, please? I'm going to read some violations that were broken, and you can answer guilty, not guilty, or with a statement. Violation number 4A. You were involved in criminal activity on or about 7/20/24 by committing the offense of attempted second-degree murder, possession of a firearm, and carrying a concealed weapon by a convicted felon, illegally discharge of a firearm, and crime of violence. Uniform CDS laws and illegal use, possession, control of a weapon, crime of violence or controlled dangerous substance. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or with a statement?
Not guilty.
You want to make a statement with that?
No, sir.
Okay. Violation number 4. You were involved in a criminal activity against, on, or about 10/3/2024 by committing the offense of possession with the intent, possession of WITD Schedule 1 CDS and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. These charges are currently pending in the 33rd Judicial and are scheduled for pretrial conference on 4/7/2026 and jury trial on 5/11/2026. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty?
Not guilty.
Number 5, you failed to refrain from possession of a firearm on or about 7/20/24 when you were arrested and charged with attempted second-degree murder, possession of a firearm, or carrying a concealed weapon. Condition 5 and okay. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, with statement?
Not guilty.
And violation number 10. You failed to make any payments toward supervision fees in or in arrear of $2,205 as of 2026. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Okay, any of my colleagues have any questions?
Yeah, you plead not guilty. It says that they, found a gun in your room. Is that true?
I'm not sure. I haven't got my discovery pack. I haven't got any information, so I can't.
Well, that's what they stated, that they found that and they had videotape, all kinds of stuff. All right, you have any questions?
No question.
Mr. Tillis?
I'm ready to vote.
I'm ready to vote too.
My vote today is going to be to revoke for violation 4A, 4B, 5, and 5.
I would concur with Mr. Tillis for the same reasons.
Due to the preponderance of evidence in the arrest reports, I also agree that you violated condition number 4 or 5. Your parole has been revoked. Good luck to you. Okay, now we're here for the hearing on Jermaine Middleton. Mr. Middleton, state your name and DLC number for the record.
Jermaine Middleton, 439-330.
Okay, Mr. Middleton, I'm gonna read some stuff into the record. Tell me if you think anything is not right, okay? Looks like you have a parole date of 8/21. You have a good time date of 3/23/2034 and a full term date of 9/15/2039. You are a first class offender. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I see we have some new people in the room. Warden, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Deputy Warden Benjamin Matthews.
Okay, and sir?
Chief Security Warden Keon James.
Okay, thank y'all for having us today. And I see you also have there Miss Natalie Wilson, subject's mother, and Miss Sharon Kennedy, his sister. I will get to y'all at the proper time to let y'all speak on his behalf. All right, this case has been assigned to Mr. Barra, so I'm gonna turn it over to him.
All right, just to start out with first question. What did you do to get yourself in trouble here? And why do you think now's the time to be released on parole? Why should we do that?
Well, sir, to be honest with you, when I was younger, I done something terrible. And it affected the lives of people. And I feel really bad about it. And it was a shooting I was involved in, and I hurt people. And I'm deeply sorry about it. And my heart goes out to my victims. One of them was confined to a wheelchair, and I expressed the most sorrow for her, and she was a teenager. Also, the mother, whose name is Marlene Goldsby. The daughter name was Athena Goldsby, and it was a Goldsby family. And I just want to apologize for that. And I'm deeply sorry. It happened years ago, and because of that, I've been incarcerated for many years. Over the time period, I've been in trouble. I've been out of trouble. I've been in and out of trouble. But since I made it to this institution, I've grown and I've got myself together. And I think I've rehabilitated myself to where I'm ready to go back into society. It's always gonna be a constant fight. Everything that's happened in my life is gonna always be a constant fight. But again, I wanna reiterate on the fact that I wanna show the, utmost, sorrow to my victims. Because I know I changed their lives that night. That night in question, I changed their lives forever. And there ain't nothing I can do to change that. And I live with that mistake. And I'm gonna live with that mistake the rest of my life. But I don't want it to define me. And I don't want it to be the end of the chapter of my life. I want my life to be a success story. I want to help people. I want to preserve life. I don't want to take life. I've grown. I was young then, which is no excuse. But I was young then and I made a mistake that cost me most of my life in prison. And I want to change. I want to make it right. I want to work with youth. I want to help younger kids, so they don't make the same mistake that I made when I was much younger. I just want to get out and be able to, be a productive citizen. And I'm hoping y'all give me this chance, giving me this opportunity to come in front of y'all right now and be able to say what I'm saying now and have a chance to be back in society is a lot. And I want to thank you gentlemen for that. But the sorrow, no words I can say that can explain the sorrow I feel for my victims.
Okay.
Anything I say could, I could talk for hours about it, but
Right. So why don't you tell us now, why do you think, we should let you out today? What have you done in prison?
well, I got my GED in prison. I graduated a trade in prison, building technology. I learned a lot in prison. I grew in prison. I've been in self-help classes. You know, I've been in AA, NA, I'm in victims impact right now, dealing with the fact of how to deal with, you know, my victims and how to deal with the situation. Cause I mean, coming up young, I never knew how to show remorse. But since I got older, I put my people in a situation where I put my victims in, and I think, how would I feel if something was to happen to my loved one? So again, I feel like I've grown, and I'm not, you know, young and adolescent no more. I'm more mature, and I know I want to go in my life. I want to be out. I want to be a productive citizen. I want to grow more. I just want to be a productive citizen, and I want to be. My mom, she's kind of sick, and I want to be out there for her, and I would never do nothing that would cause her harm or cause anything to happen to her. I can assure you that I want to go the right way. I want to walk the right path. I am, as I've been here, as I've been at this facility here. I've done what I need to do to try to get myself back on track to get back in society. And I don't intend on stopping. I intend on keep going in the right direction.
How long have you been at that facility?
I've been here 3 years, and counting 3 years and some months now.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I'm looking at the records that I got about the classes that you took. And the only major class I see documented is Nurturing Parent on 5/8/24, that you completed that one. Any classes involving victim awareness, victim letter writing, any?
I'm currently in victims impact right now. I'm currently in victims impact right now. I've been in class almost 4 weeks. This will be about 4 week year. And I'm learning a lot from victims impact. I couldn't get in until I got an active date for parole because of how much time I have. I've been asked for it, but they just not putting me in it. I'm just not getting in it. And I plan on finishing it, but I've been in Boys to Men also.
What about your 100-hour pre-release? I see you started that on March 6th of 26 and it's not completed. Has that been completed yet?
Yes, sir. I completed tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my last day of pre-release. My last day tomorrow. Graduate tomorrow.
All right. I see you had a prior parole hearing on December in 2021. And they were opposed because of opposition from law enforcement, disciplinary problems and conduct, lost 610 days of good time, and your high risk score. And I'm looking back since then, and I was like, tell me about the details of your write-ups that you had since then. Since then, on 2/17/23, you had a write-up, and that was right after. And then you had several more write-ups during that time. Tell me about the write-ups that you had since you went to your last revocation hearing, parole hearing.
Well, again, I have no excuses for the write-ups that I caught after the hearing. I can explain. I got to tour the counselors. I really spiraled down a rabbit hole. I'm saying after I got denied parole, I started, getting into a lot of things. I went to another camp, and I mean, I'm deeply sorry about it. I'm embarrassed about a lot of things. But I had to get a hold of myself. I had to do some soul search. I felt like I let everybody down when I got denied the first time. And it was hard on me for a minute, but there's no excuse for it. I want to take accountability for everything. I'm not ducking the fact that, I know I did some things that I shouldn't have. But I think I've got to hold to myself now, and I think I'm ready to go forward.
You didn't tell me, you didn't answer my question. What did you do? I see you have write-ups. I see it's called a 21E. I see it's called an aggravated sex offense. What happened?
After I left the facility I was at, when I went to Hunts, I dabbled into drugs and all kind of stuff. And I was doing stuff that I don't even remember doing. But I mean, at one particular time, I got into it with a counselor, a mentor, and it didn't get physical. But I mean, I got wrote up for that. And I got wrote up another time I went to the blocks for something else. I had to really get a hold of myself. I was spiraling back down to the old me. And I had to get a hold of myself. That's what I did. I'm embarrassed by it, but I mean, it happened. And I gotta take accountability for it. And that's all I can do.
Yeah. My concern is you got denied in the last hearing because of write-ups, and now you're here again and you got more write-ups.
My last hearing, the paper I got, I was denied because of victims opposition, and only victims opposition. I had no write-ups for 4 years. My last hearing, I got solely denied for victims opposition and law enforcement. Disciplinary wasn't a problem.
Well, I believe you got the information wrong, or I got the information wrong.
No, it's written on the sheet.
In the file, it says general disciplinary conduct was the reason for denial in 2021. And they note that you lost 610 days of good time because of it.
I had lost 600 days of good time early in my career of doing time, like in 2001, 3, 4. I hadn't had a write-up when I went up for parole in 4 years. When I went up for parole the last time.
And now it's 3 years, right?
That's 3 years. Yes, sir.
That's not an improvement.
And what's very concerning, you said you spiraled after getting denied. What's gonna happen on the streets if something goes wrong? What you gonna do then?
Something on the street goes wrong, I'm gonna go to self-help class. I'm not gonna stop here. I wanna go to self-help class on the street. I wanna go to 12-step classes. I wanna get mentors. I'm surround myself with positive people. I got positive people in my life now. I got support. My sister supports me, my family supports me. And I'm not gonna be in those type of areas. I'm not even gonna be living in Louisiana no more. It's gonna be a whole total different change of scenery for me. And I don't have that type of mind frame anymore, sir.
Where you gonna live?
In Houston, Texas, sir.
Did you interstate compact yet?
Yes, sir.
So you already been accepted to Houston?
It's getting processed as we speak. It's getting in process.
Okay.
I don't have any more questions.
Okay, let's hear from the warden. Warden, what you have to say about him? Tell me about his disciplinary. It don't look good at all over here.
Yes, sir. So in his 25 years of incarceration, he has about 45 disciplinary reports. He has been disciplinary free in the last 3 years since he's been here. The last 10 years, it looks like he's gotten, since 2016, he's gotten 4 separate incidents, which occurred after his last parole denial. He currently is in AANA participation. He completed Boys to Men, completed Nurturing Parenting. He is now in the Victims Impact program. He is considered a Strive inmate here. He's a member of our Strive program, an inmate barber. So throughout his incarceration, he does have a lot of disciplinary reports, but it is a positive that he has gone the last 3 years without any disciplinary infractions while at this institution.
Thank you, Warden. We appreciate that. Okay, let's hear from, the people that are here to speak. Let's hear from Mr. Kerry Myers first.
Yes, good morning. Kerry Myers with the Louisiana Parole Project. We're here for Jermaine Middleton. Should the board grant his parole today, Parole Project will provide him transitional housing and transitional programming after 25, 26 years of incarceration. Obviously, Mr. Middleton would be walking into a world that's different from the one he left. He would be evaluated immediately by our social work staff for any recommendations for continued support systems. We know that, you know, he has done some work while he's in prison. He's earned his GED. He's completed RDAP program, the residential drug program while in prison. He's NCCER safety certified. He's completed tier walker training. He is a first offender. He is planning on going to Texas. His interstate compact is in process. He would come to Parole Project once he completes Parole Project and that interstate compact is approved. He would then go to Texas. Parole Project would continue to provide him with contact and support on a long distance basis. But while he is with us, he will have programming. He will, again, as I said earlier, he'll have his evaluation through our social work staff. He'll have programming technology. He'll have programming in financial management. He'll have programming in goal setting. He'll have peer mentorship programs while he is with us. You know, we are here to help his transition to this board granting parole today.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Meyer. Appreciate you. Okay, Miss Natalie Wilson, subject's mother, what you have to say about your son?
Well, I've been missing my son so much and seem like, you know, I just can't go on. I've been in bad health and I really don't know how long I'm gonna be with him. I do know this, my son is totally different from when he was first incarcerated, and from his visits and stuff, I know the change and the Bible studies and it's just a whole different change from
Yes,
when he was. But I know my son he's telling the truth. I know that.
All right, is he gonna be living with you in Houston?
He's gonna be living with his sister because I'm a low income. And I
Okay.
have money. Yes, I'm on house.
I just want to make sure who he was gonna be with.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear from your sister, Miss Kennedy.
Good morning. I just wanted to say that I'm a public servant myself and I'm a good judge of character. And for me to stick my neck out for him, that says a lot. He has rehabilitated himself. I do feel bad about the situation myself, but it's been a long time. We want him home. He knows what the expectation is from me. I've always had this expectation for him, which is why, you know, the situation is what it is, but we're ready to move forward and help him to get back on his feet and be a productive member of society. I don't endorse any type of misbehavior, misconduct. I just don't, and he knows that. So I'm that sister that's ready to help him help himself.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, I just have one question for you. How old were you when this occurred?
I was 24 years old, sir.
And how long have you been in prison?
26 years.
Out of 40? That was your sentence, 40 years?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes. Okay, I have no further questions.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Mr.
Warden, since he's been with you, what kind of guy you say he is? Tell me that again. Has he made any progress?
So since he's been here, he has not gotten in any trouble. He's joined our Strive program, which means that they have stayed out of trouble. They're allotted more privileges. He lives in our Hope unit. He's employed here as an inmate barber. So during his time at Raymond LaBoy Correctional Center, I mean, he's shown great conduct and basically done everything that we asked of him. He's now in the new program for Victims Advocate, participated in our Boys to Men program here and completed it without any issues. So in the last 3 years since he's been here, he has shown a positive conduct record.
Thank you, Warden. You guys are doing a good job out there. We appreciate it. Mr. Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
I hope you're just not saying that, you know, if you say, for instance, if you got denied again, are you gonna spiral again, or are you gonna keep your word this time on doing what you should do?
No, sir, I'm not spiraling no more. And whatever happens, whatever my fate be today, you know, I'm just happy that I feel good about the situation. I feel good that whatever y'all do, you know, I just gotta, you know, put God first in my life and just keep going. It's a constant battle. It's not nothing that's gonna happen overnight, but I have done what it takes to try to be a better person. And that's where I wanna be. It's not nothing I don't wanna go back to being the old me. I wanna be the new me. I wanna be a success story. I don't wanna be a statistic. I want, you know, and I surround myself around positive people. That's what I'm gonna do when I get out. I wanna surround myself around positive. I wanna help.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, the panel ready to vote?
Yeah.
Okay, the panel's ready to vote. Mr. Byrob, it's your case. You vote first.
All right, I think you're on your way there. However, I still got a problem with the way the crime went down. Randomly picking a victim and go and shoot up everybody while they're sleeping. You didn't tell us that part of it when I asked you about the crime. But what really causes me a problem is that since your last hearing, when you were denied partially on your disciplinary, that you got 3 or 4 more disciplinary problems since then. If you could show up over here with no disciplinary problems at all, I think I could vote for you. But today, I gotta vote to deny this till you can show up over here with a clean disciplinary record from today till the next hearing, and then I'll vote for you.
Mr. Tillers?
I really appreciate the change you've made. My basic vote today is going to be because of what the warden has said, and in 3 years, I think you've done okay. My vote today is going to be to grant.
Okay. And my vote would be to grant to the parole project for 1 year. I don't think just going there to get your interstate compact. I'd like to see if your disciplinary would improve at the parole project. And then you do your interstate compact and go to Texas, and no contact whatsoever with the victim. But he needed a unanimous vote. Okay, you got 2 out of 3. You needed 3 out of 3. So you coming along. You know, don't go spiraling. Do what the warden says, and you'll be fine next time. Okay, thank you.
If I had, you don't need.
Yeah, they gonna do that. I had to do it first.
There you go. Say something, you make them here.
Hey, can y'all come in, please? We're ready to start.
Those are guys' paperwork. You got a questionnaire in his hand?
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Duncan, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, and you all?
Great. Okay, would the staff at the Justice Center please introduce yourself, ma'am?
Deputy Carr?
Okay. Have y'all had any problems with him since he's been there?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Duncan, you're here today for your revocation hearing. Please state your name and DOC number for the record.
Dwayne Duncan, 601-656.
Okay, Mr. Duncan, and do you have your parole questionnaire with you? I think I saw it in your hand. You understand that if you wanted to counsel, you'd have to retain your own, you'd have to hire an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you want to proceed today without an attorney?
My name's Erica Hodges. I'm Mr. Duncan's attorney.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't see an attorney on you. Oh, yeah, OPD. I'm sorry, Ms. Hodges. Would you introduce yourself for the record, please, ma'am?
Yes, my name's Erica Hodges. I'm Mr. Duncan's attorney. I'm a staff attorney at Orleans Public Defenders.
Okay, and you can interrupt anytime you want to advise your client during the hearing, okay? And we'll
Thank you.
also give you a chance to speak probably at the end, if that's
Yes.
okay.
And
Okay.
I just wanted to introduce the other two people on Zoom today.
Okay.
I have Mr. Everett Offray, who is a client advocate, who wrote the release plan for Mr. Duncan. Also, Miss Tracy Suddeth, who is a former attorney at the Louisiana Senate, who would like to speak on behalf of Mr. Duncan.
Okay, and we also have Miss Dewana Duncan, his sister, who will also speak on his behalf. I'll call on y'all at the proper time to speak. Okay,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Duncan, your case was assigned to Mr. Barra, so I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Barra.
All right, it's alleged that you have violated the conditions of your parole in the following manner. Number 4, the New Orleans Police Department booked the offender on 1/26/26 for domestic abuse, battery, simple criminal damage to property. That case has since been refused by the district attorney at the victim's request. How do you plead to that one? Want to make a statement about that one?
No, sir, not guilty.
Not guilty. All right, the second violation was that you failed to pay your monthly supervision fees and had an arrearage of $1,300. How do you plead to that?
Not guilty. I only owe $15 as of today. My
Say it again.
parole,
Not guilty, you paid that?
yes, sir, I paid him up. I only owe $15.
Oh, great.
During that time when you accumulated the $1,300 arrearage, you had a job?
Yes, sir, I did.
You just didn't pay? Is that what it was going on?
I couldn't afford to because of rent and Uber and back and forth to work. And I had to Uber to school. I'm a student at Delgado. Couldn't afford to pay rent, $1,500 plus Ubering to work, to school, and from school back to my job and to home. So I didn't have anything left over.
All right. Let's go back to number 4, the domestic abuse. You do realize that in these type of hearings, it's not necessarily the conviction or the arrest that is the problem, it's the behavior, the criminal behavior. And we reviewed the body cam footage of that evening, and we've also reviewed the statements from, I guess, your ex-girlfriend, and there is some serious stuff happening there. Give you a chance to say, tell us anything you want to, or the attorney wants to about that part of it. Because that's really what that to
Yes,
deal with.
of course. I've talked to Mr. Duncan and the victim in this matter after the charges were refused, of course, about what happened. This was an incident where emotions got out of control, and that this is not something that Mr. Duncan's proud of or thinks that should have happened. I've talked to, as you'll see in the release plan, we've talked about the steps we need to take so that never happens again. Before this incident, Mr. Duncan was doing well on parole. As he said, he had a job. He was at Delgado. He was making his way towards this. And we believe that there are some anger management issues that can be addressed by classes that we have him signed up for. And so that this is not an incident that happens again. And while it didn't reach criminal charges at this time, we just want to make sure that this never happens again in the future. And so we do have an extensive plan set up to make sure that he's on the right path, and that and he does feel I have heard him express
for that before? Has he ever been arrested? Since we don't have a rap sheet, has he ever been arrested for domestic violence before?
No, not to my understanding.
I haven't seen that plan. When did y'all submit that?
I submitted that a few days ago. It's attached to a packet that I sent to Miss Betty Williams.
Days ago?
Sorry?
Said that was a couple of days ago?
It was last week. And so, but Mr. Offray is the one who authored the plan, so he can also speak to that.
Okay, I'd like to hear about that plan. Does part of that incident there involve substance abuse?
I believe that there was allegations that there were drinking involved. And so, yes, there is some outpatient treatment that's also available to Mr. Duncan.
All right, well, I'll just wait to hear what the plan is.
I'll pass this to Mr. Offray now.
Okay, let's hear from Mr. Offray so we can know the plan while we're listening to the hearing.
All right. How y'all doing, sir?
Good morning, sir.
My name is Eric Offray. I'm a client advocate at Orleans Public Defender's Office. And we have an extensive plan to help Mr. Duncan reintegrate into society. He has the full support of this office and all its resources. I've been in contact with the people at the First 72 who's willing to accept him to their program. He's going to have a reentry coach, job training, resume creation, a group counseling, 9 steps of staying free. He's going to obtain all the benefits that he needs. Also been in contact with Mission Rebirth. It's an organization that'll help him get assigned to anger management and life skill classes. And he'll have behavioral support with those classes. I've been in contact with the Cornerstone builders that'll help people like him navigate life after incarceration, addressing any individual health needs that he has, like transitional housing, mental health, substance abuse, physical health, benefits, workforce transition, financial literacy, life skills, and goal development. They have different programs like Crescent Care, who I've been in contact with, that help somebody with behavioral therapy skills and different things. There's a whole bunch of different programs that's available besides these programs that I'm always willing to help Mr. Duncan get inside of these programs and help him with any kind of problems that he may seem to have as it relate to that.
But that just gives me an outline of the program for everybody. What's his particular program? What plan y'all have for him?
Yeah, particularly, I've been in contact with these people, with the First 72 that's willing to accept Mr. Duncan into their program, and Mission Rebirth is willing to accept Mr. Duncan inside of their program also.
Okay, so he goes to First 72, and then what kind of programs does he get what's inside of that?
At First 72, he'll have a reentry coach, job training, resume creation, a 9-step to staying free with a reentry coach. They're going to help him through that, and he's going to be in that class with several other brothers that was formerly incarcerated, or the brothers that just came home, and people who's been through the same transition that he's going through now, to help him navigate his way inside of society. And inside of Mission Rebirth, they have an anger management course inside of Mission Rebirth that he will be a part of. And they also have a life skills development class that will teach him different life skills and how to develop in society, or anything that he's missing on that point right there.
Okay, and we need to add substance abuse to that.
Yes, they have an outpatient.
Yeah, we don't want no outpatient. He needs to be evaluated and see if he needs inpatient.
Okay.
Okay.
We're happy to set him up with inpatient. We can have him released to inpatient after talking to Mr. Duncan.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because you didn't get the packet, I also wanted to add that the victim did write a letter.
Right.
And yeah, and she did express that he has taken accountability in that letter. So I wanted to include that as well.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, let's go in and hear from the sister, Miss Dewana. What you want to say about your brother?
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I want to say that I'm not I love my brother deeply. And his character is beyond this. His whole family believes in him. He's very supportive to me and my two sons. Daily. I have an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old who he support in sports and school activities. As well as tomorrow my 4-year-old has a sneaker ball for his graduation and he's looking forward to him being there. I'm sorry, I'm a bit emotional.
Okay.
Also, since he's been in there, we've lost our father. So that's been a bit of a tragedy for me to not have him here because I know he would be a huge support. I'm not excusing the situation that happened. I do feel it's it would be good for him to have family support him through this situation so that he's not alone in it.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, let's hear from Tracy Sutter, a friend, Miss Sutter. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yes, sir. Tracy Sutter.
Okay.
I know I submitted a letter which will explain, I don't know if you have it in front of you, how I know Dwayne. I worked at the Louisiana Senate for 25 years. The last 16 years, I worked for the president of the Senate. That changed 3 times. In order to be a trustee in the Senate suite, you have to be pretty trustworthy. And, I mean, it's a good gig. And Dwayne was there the whole time that he was at the Capitol. He was in the president's suite, along with other men. He did a pro tem and he did a few others in the building. I've never written a letter or been in support of an inmate before. I've never gotten to know an inmate like I've known Dwayne before. Dwayne is a big reader. He would read a book every week. We would talk about it. He read a whole bunch of things about getting acclimated when he got out. This behavior that happened with this lady is very unusual. Dwayne is steady Eddie. I'm telling you, he served the members food. He he was in the dining room. I mean, I just saw him way more than any other inmate that I've had to deal with. And I can vouch for his character. I mean, I really am just, that was very out of character for Dwayne. And let me tell you, it can be frustrating having to listen to the sergeants all the time when the inmates really don't do anything, but they still get on you. And Dwayne, I never saw him explode. So that's what I have to add.
We very much appreciate you coming on today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Barra, you have any further questions? Okay, I have no further questions.
I have no questions.
Okay, Mr. Barra, you ready to vote?
I am ready to vote.
Let's vote.
Okay. I'm gonna vote not to revoke you today. You had a bunch of people having some good plans for you. So I'm gonna do not revoke, but order you complete all the details of the Orleans Parish Public Defender and the First 72's proposal.
Yes.
And that's gonna have to include anger management and substance abuse treatment.
Yes, sir.
Whatever else they're talking about job. I think you must have a good job already if you're paying all that money off, so that might be not needed. But the stuff is definitely needed is anger management, and substance abuse. And no contact with the victim. So that's my vote.
Mr. Tillis?
Mr. Dwayne, you're really listening to the last person that talked in your behalf. It seems like you're not the kind of person that go off. I hope that you will not let them down. My vote today is going to be do not revoke, same as Mr. Barra.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And my vote is also the same. Good luck to you, sir. And do everything you can, okay? Make sure you go to AA meetings. You're gonna need them.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Thank you.
What do you got, Mr. Terry, huh?
Mr. Terry, the fourth floor to honor.
What's the dream?
Oh, that's my turn.
That's your turn. Show up, but they might own it. But when you call them up, they won't show up. You better not. Sure.
Okay, Mr. Campbell, would you state your name and DLC number for the record?
How you doing? My name is Ciontray Campbell. My DOC number is 6166665.
Okay, do you have your parole questionnaire with you, Mr. Campbell?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have it.
That's the form about appointed counsel. It says you're not eligible for appointed counsel. If you wanted counsel, you'd have to hire them. Do you agree to proceed today without appointed counsel?
I would like my counsel to
You got a paralegal here.
paralegal, yes, sir. Yeah, Mr. Javaris Drain.
Sir?
Mr. Javaris Drain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like him to speak on my behalf.
Okay. All right. So speaking on your behalf today, you'll have Terry Pierce from the Orleans Public Defender's Office and Mr. Javaris Drain, a paralegal. So we'll get to y'all at the proper time to hear what y'all have to say. All right, Mr. Campbell, I'm going to read your violations and you to plead guilty or not guilty with or without a statement. I will live at the address on this certificate. If I move from the address that's on my certificate, I'll get permission from the parole officer, and you will not leave the state of Louisiana without permission. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
Okay. Well, where were you? I mean, they couldn't find you at your house.
My cousin.
Good morning. Once again, I'm a divorce drain, and according to this particular violation, Mr. Campbell has had in the past a issue with stability in his housing and also employment. So it's caused him to not be able to meet his violations the way he should.
Okay, why didn't he contact his probation officer and let him know?
Well, when you have sometimes when you're in certain communities, it's hard enough to keep the phone bill on, let alone to reach out to your family and friends, and also let alone to reach out to your PO. I think this is a matter of just a lack of funding and a lack of community, and that's what resulted into the violation.
He's a third felony offender. He knows he has to be in contact with his parole officer, and he should have been in contact with his parole officer. I understand he was trying to transfer to another state, but okay, well, let's move on to the next one. I will not engage in any criminal activity, nor will I associate with people who are known to be involved in criminal activity. I'll avoid bars and casinos and refrain from illegal use of drugs or alcohol. You engaged in criminal activity when you committed the offense of carjacking, as evidenced by the warrant being issued for your arrest by NOPD on February 2024. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
Okay, tell me about that event. What happened?
Yes, sir. I mean, on this particular.
This time I want him to tell me what happened. What happened?
So, well, boy, I don't understand how I did get the charges, but I did come about with the charge because of the person that did put the charges on me. It was a misunderstanding with his mental health situation. I don't know, like I was confused myself as far as with the charges. That's why.
What about his mother?
His mother?
The mother said you was talking about a gun, and you said that he had a gun for you and he was trying to sell it. What's that about?
That's what I'm saying. That's something that he probably told his mother or whatever they had going on. I don't understand.
She's saying you said that. She said she talked to you and you said that.
Yeah, but listen. I haven't spoke to her about no situation of that matter. That's something her son. She must have was backing her son on with the situation.
And she didn't text you. You didn't text. You got text talking about this gun. Text message on your phone about the gun.
Listen, that's the messages that he sent talking about the gun. Like I don't know what the phone situation. That's what I'm saying. Like I haven't had no phone at all. My phone was. I didn't have.
Your phone was being charged by her at her house. That's how you finally admitted to being there. Because you at first you said you wasn't even there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, me and my attorney had a discussion about this. He admitted to saying that I was there, but I did not speak on being there. So I just went with the discussion that he had said that I was there. I actually was not there. I did not know what him and his whatever his son, whatever his mental problem or situation that they had going on spoke of. Like I did not have no phone. That's how I did not get in contact with my PO at the time. I did not have no contact with this person.
So whose phone was left at the house? The phone that was left charging there, whose phone was that for? Was that your phone or not?
No, Your Honor. Only reason why I completed to saying that because I was trying to, my attorney was saying it was gonna be over as quick as possible, and he spoke of me being there, which I was not even there. Like I did not I did not discuss this with no one saying I was there. I did not even discuss that with him saying I was there. It was just a misunderstanding for us, me and my attorney.
Okay.
If I
All
may,
right.
if I may add a few
Hey, you
words.
add something to it,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Drain?
Yes, sir. And this, unlike Mr. Campbell said, this whole situation is a big misunderstanding. And I would also say that the complaining witness's credibility is also not intact as well. There's a lot of history on his end of unauthorized use of a vehicle, and also there's a lot of history with him having multiple convictions, charges of possession with the intent. So I think here in this situation, there is a huge misunderstanding, and it's almost like the complaining witness's word with someone else or against Mr. Campbell, but the complaining witness itself is credibility is a question, and I don't think what he's saying in the police report is credible at all.
What about the mother? You don't think she's credible either?
I know my mom would say anything for me. Like, for instance, if she saw me, my girl saw me with another girl, or my mom would back me up any day of the week and say, "Hey, that's his sister." She'd also say that's his cousin. I just think at when I look at the files, when I look at Clerk Connect, the complaining witness's credibility is a major factor here, and it would
Okay, I'm gonna read something that your client said at the hearing. Hearing officer Trot Class asked Mr. Drain about his assertion that the victim was admitted to a mental facility the day of this incident. Drain indicated that he attempted to confirm this. Campbell confirmed that he knows both of the victims and the mother, but denied being at the residence. Campbell was then asked if it was his phone that was found at the residence that night, and he claimed that it was his phone that he was using. And then he changed his mind and stated he was at the residence that night. Now, this is coming from his mouth.
So once again, Mr. Campbell has been behind bars probably a little over half of a year. I mean, he's been fed what we would say probably 1 to 2 star meals. He hasn't been in contact with his family. The details in this charge are just in these charges are just as confusing to me as it is to him, and I think to the average layman it would be confusing as well. And in this situation, when I was sitting there with Mr. Campbell, the POs were there, and we all know they do their job and they do their job the best that they can. But they were there just to try to establish that, there was a violation. They were not there on Mr. Campbell's behalf. They did not look through the details, and they didn't even give Mr. Campbell time to clear up anything or get an understanding of the question he was
It's a
answering.
bad accusation, I'm gonna tell you. But okay, I'm gonna just go with you on that. I will work at a job approved by my parole officer. If I become unemployed, I will immediately report this to my parole officer. As of this date, you have failed to obtain employment, or if you have failed to provide proof to your PO. Were you working?
No, sir.
Okay, so how do you plead to that charge?
I plead not guilty.
Okay, and your statement on that one?
As I was said, I was trying to go to out of town, which my PO already knew that I was trying to get to go out of town. But I know she said that, well, me and her spoke of me supposed to be leaving out of town. She understood, but the supervisor said that I still was supposed to have a job in between time until be moving out of town. But I and my PO had discussed that, and she was not concerned about the situation.
Yeah, I understand that one, and that makes a lot of sense. I agree to visit at my residence or a place of employment by my parole officer at any time. I'll also agree to searches of my person, property, residence, and or vehicle. Reasonable suspicion exists that I am or have been engaged in criminal activity. You prevented your PO from visiting you at your residence by failing to provide a correct residence. So that's basically the same as number 3. You were bouncing from place to place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Campbell was during this time he was in a transition and he was trying to find housing. He was looking to move out of town. It didn't happen. And we all know, without a community, community is everything. It's hard to even find a meal, let alone a place to stay your head. And at this particular time, Mr. Campbell didn't have a physical address to update. And this process, this waiting period that he was in, transitioning from here to another place, kind of put him in a bit of a bind. That period, that time, he was just floating, waiting on a place to go to, without the necessary means, without the necessary financial funding, and the necessary community.
Gotcha. Okay. Condition number 10, I'll pay supervision fees in the amount set by Louisiana Department of Corrections. And you were $1,827 delinquent on your fees. How do you plead to that charge?
I'm guilty because I was trying to leave. I can't admit that I was behind on that, and I didn't know it was going to add up to that much because I thought it'd be gone by then.
Got it. Okay. All right. Okay. Mr. Pierce, would you like to tell us what your plan is for the subject?
Yes, good morning. Mr. Campbell was released into society without a plan when he made parole. And our plan is to enroll him into the New Beginnings Behavior and Family Service program, which is located in this building. And we have a great relationship with this organization. Mr. Campbell father was going to speak and he failed to register because he didn't know how. And if it's possible, I can put him on the phone. But he has a plan for his son as well. He has housing for him. He has a way of possibly getting him employment and everything. And me myself, Mr. Campbell is not, from my communicating with him since he's been incarcerated, is not a person that warrants incarceration. I think Mr. Campbell just needs a helping hand. He needs guidance and he needs someone to put him on the right track. And if necessary, I'll personally work with Mr. Campbell to see to it that he properly, maneuver through life, without going through these changes of failing to pay his fees, failing to get employment, and his father has housing for him. And our plan, and these people deal with group counseling, skills training, community support training, and community referrals. They got individual family counselors. It's an outpatient intensive care program.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you sir, for coming today. And Mr. Drain, would you like to add anything before we vote?
Yes, sir. I've spoke with, let me fix my mic. I think there's an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I've spoke with Mr. Campbell. We had a chance to meet. And Mr. Campbell is a very intelligent individual. He just needs a chance. He needs a community. And the definition of community is a unified group of people. And we know with a community, without a community, rather I should say, we all risk falling off into the deep end. If I don't have a person I could call or depend on during a rough patch, I'll risk falling off into the deep end. And some of us, when we were younger, we were privileged enough to be, how do I put this, taught to swim, or we were privileged enough to be able to afford swimming courses. Some of us were not. Some of us had to learn to swim on our own, and some of us to this day still do not know how to swim. But with the community, someone can grab you out of the water, maybe a nearby lifeguard that's there to pick you up. And I believe now Mr. Campbell has this community that he needs to swim, that he needs to succeed. And he's just he's a bright individual, and we can be that community. We can have that unified front and that sunshine that Mr. Campbell needs to turn this course of his life. If he has the given opportunity, I know I can attest for Mr. Campbell that he's gonna make an entire difference. And I can also say, like, we never know what people can become. So we should be careful how we treat people. We never know what opportunities lie ahead. Um, but I know personally with the relationship that me and Mr. Campbell has, he's a God-fearing young man. He puts his family first. He has 4 children. He's a father. He's a son. And he's just looking for an opportunity. And I know that when he gets out, his dad will have him working with service restoration. And he'll have the guidance he needs, especially with Mr. Pierce. Mr. Pierce is amazing. Um, the best of the best. And I ask you today just to consider all these things and not to add to, you know, the darkness in Mr. Campbell's life, but just to unify as a community with us, OPD, to help give Mr. Campbell a chance to succeed, a chance to shine, and to be who he's supposed to be.
I want to ask Mr. Campbell.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes, sir.
you know, people speaking on your behalf, what is your plan right now if you're released?
Well, first thing I gotta get a job. I got the job with my father. We gonna do that and just rebuild with my family and my children. Like build that trust back with my wife, my girl. You know what I'm saying?
And to stay in contact with your PO?
Facts. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Cause without that, I know I can't do nothing if I don't. So if I don't check in with them, I ain't gonna be able to do nothing with my family. So I know I gotta put them first. So I gotta put them first to even take care of my family. Hard to say, but I have to.
Yeah, what about, so you're gonna be living with your father?
Yes, sir.
And I guess if you were released, the first person you're gonna probably get in touch with is your PO?
I'm gonna have to. Yes, I know that I gotta take care of that first. That's serious. I gotta take care of that first.
You're gonna stay in contact with him?
Yes, sir.
And then these people that are saying they're gonna help you, you're gonna take their advice and follow theirs?
Yes, sir. Yes, I will. Most definitely.
I have more questions.
Larry, you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Because when I listen to Mr. Drain and the other man speak about all these programs and community and all of that, that sounds good. But if he goes to his father's house, none of that applies anymore. Is that correct? Y'all won't be involved.
I'll let Mr. Pierce speak on that.
Yes, sir. It will apply because he will still be, his father is here in the city. And
But
I
his
will
father's in
stay.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, no, he's back down here in Orleans. I talked to him. Like I said, he wanted to speak, but he failed to register. And I can get him on the phone right now.
Well, that's fine. That leads to my next question.
Okay.
That answers that one. The next one is, at the preliminary hearing last time, Mr. Drain testified that this environment, which is his environment right there, within itself is not a prosperous environment for Campbell. So if he doesn't go to Pittsburgh and he stays where he's at, that's not a prosperous environment either. So my question is are y'all gonna put him in some kind of other housing or any other thing? Because he shouldn't go back to where he was, because that's not a prosperous environment.
The environment, just to comment on that, the initial plan for Pittsburgh was because of his father being in Pittsburgh. And that I'm not in contact with my father, I'd say. I have a phone, I can afford my phone bill. A lot of us don't have that luxury. But any environment that my dad is in, any environment that there's great guidance in, like Mr. Pierce, for example, he gives me great guidance. To me, that's a prosperous environment. So now with his father being in New Orleans, the environment has made a shift, and it can be and it will be a prosperous environment.
So what you're telling me is what used to be a not prosperous environment is now gonna be a prosperous environment because his father's here now.
Yes, sir. The initial plan was to get him with his father and get him working with his father's Airbnb business. And
And
that's the only reason Pittsburgh was on the table.
all the plans that y'all talking about, putting him through this program, that program, and the other man earlier said he'll take care of him personally if needs be. That's all still gonna be available because his father lives right here with y'all.
His father would be in support of that, but this OPD, a holistic OPD LA has a holistic approach to their litigation to their clients. Mr. Pierce is our client service director, and it stretches beyond the courtroom, beyond the boardroom, and it follows our clients, and also it helps and ensures them that they'll stay on the right path, which is a path of compliance and a path of being an upstanding citizen.
What exactly are y'all gonna do for this man if we would release him?
Well, I would personally, like I said, communicate with Mr. Campbell. I will see what sort of housing he's doing. And we have Job One, we have a great relationship with as well in terms of trying to get him employment and whatnot. But in the alternative, if Mr. Campbell fall off the boat, and we all know he will end up incarcerated again. But like I said, I will stay in touch with Mr. Campbell personally. And throughout my communicating with him over the several months I've been communicating with him, I think this incident that caused him to be placed in jail again, I think he understands what's really going on. Some of us just don't have the guidance and really getting it given to them. From my perspective, I laid it on the line to him, and I explained everything to him and what he has to do in order to live out here in this world. And if Mr. Campbell have a problem with following the rules again, he'll end up back in jail. But I think Mr. Campbell understands what's really going on. I think he deserves a second chance, and I think incarceration will not only not help him, it wouldn't do anything for society as well. I'm willing to work with Mr. Campbell and try to make him a model citizen, put him in the right state of mind, in the right position to be able to do great things for not only himself, but for others as well. And this dad, him and I, we've been communicating as well. And Mr. Campbell was running around trying to do things on his own, coming out of jail without any reentry plan at all. And after a guy being incarcerated for so many years and coming back into society, it's a totally different world now. This world changes every 6 months. And he just got lost and confused about where he was headed. Okay. I think he, given an opportunity, you won't see him again.
All right. Well, okay. Now we're ready to vote.
No more questions.
Okay. You're on for some very, very serious offenses: aggravated battery, aggravated burglary, battery of a correctional officer, carrying a firearm, and then here again we're talking about a firearm. I think you are a danger to public safety. I feel that you violated condition number 3, 4, and 9. I found you not guilty on 6 and 10. My vote is to revoke. Mr. Tillis?
I concur with Mr. Freeman for violations 3 and 4 to revoke.
And Mr. Barra?
I'll concur with both Mr. Freeman and Tillis. Thank you.
Okay, your parole has been revoked. Good luck to you.
All right.
You got Anastasia? I can probably listen to it. Huh? I'm on the turn it. You call it going on. Right.
Hey, good morning. Mr. Parker, please state your name and DOC number for the record.
Harry Parker, 717-657.
Okay, would Miss Stacy Reisner, would you state your name and appearance for the record, please, ma'am?
Yes, of course. It's a hard one. Anastasia Reisinger. I'm an attorney with the Orleans Public Defenders. I represent Mr. Parker.
Okay, thank you. You can interrupt at any time to help him out during the hearing, okay?
Thank
And
you.
I'll let you present at the end. And
Thank
we'll also have speaking Mr. Brian Lars of the Public Defender's Office. So we'll get to him at the proper time. Okay, did they give you, do you have your questionnaire with you, Mr. Parker?
I guess this is it.
That's it. That would, you have an attorney representing you, so we don't need to worry about that. That was just seeing if you were eligible for appointed counsel. So we're gonna proceed with the hearing and we're gonna turn it over to Mr. Tillis.
Good morning, Mr. Parker. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good. I'm gonna read some violations and you can plead guilty, not guilty, or with a statement. Violation number 2, in that you fail to report to your parole officer upon your release of Orleans Justice Center on or about 9/22/25 as ordered to do so. You have failed to contact your parole officer to provide your whereabouts. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or with a statement?
You saying like I didn't comply with seeing her?
Yes.
Well, no, I didn't see her, so I guess that would be a guilty plea.
Okay. Violation number, in that your address of record, 1201 Bienville Street, apartment 318, New Orleans, Louisiana, not be verified by the New Orleans District after your most recent release from custody on September of 2025. Additionally, you failed to contact any agent to provide your whereabouts. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or with a statement?
Guilty.
Violation number 4. Violation number 4. in that you allege engage in criminal activities as evidenced by your arrest by the NOPD on or about 2/9/26, wherein you were charged with simple crime, damage to property less than $500. Your trial is set for 29/26. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or?
Your Honor, I do have some updated information on that at the proper time. Mr. Parker intends to plead not guilty with statement.
Not
Okay,
guilty.
they found no probable cause at the hearing.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and make your statement.
Yeah, if I may, so on that trial date, we did call ready for trial and the district attorney dismissed the charges at that point. So that case is now closed, and he is not being held on that case anymore.
Okay, thank you so much.
What is the behavior?
Violation number 8. In that you absconded supervision by failing to report to your parole office and were therefore not available for drug screening or examination treatments of any kind. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty. Okay. Number 10, you're $3,591 in the arrear. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. At this time, we'd like to hear from Mr. Bryan.
Yes, good morning, board members. Again, my name is Brian Lawrence. I'm a social worker at Orleans Public Defender's Office. Mr. Parker is my client, and I have completed a detailed assessment on Mr. Parker, and my findings show that Mr. Parker have a history of substance use and also homelessness. So the reentry plan, hopefully you guys have a copy of it. I detailed a plan to support those particular needs. And I think that this plan would support Mr. Parker's ongoing recovery and progression. First, I can refer Mr. Parker to the Grove Recovery Center. That's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and there he'll complete a 28-day program and also have the option to into the Grove's intensive outpatient housing program, which will address his homelessness. And also, if he chooses not to do that, I will refer Mr. Parker to 12-step meetings to continue to address his recovery, where he can work a 12-step program, make 90 meetings in 90 days, get an experienced sponsor, and work the 12 steps. Along with that, Mr. Parker will be referred to First 72, where he'll be mentored and participate in group supports. Peer support groups, and where he'll learn life effective coping skills. And also, our office will coordinate with probation and parole to maximize his support. He'll have daily access to the Orleans Public Defender's Office. I'm dedicated to all my clients, and I'll be here to help him navigate through any life challenges that he may have.
Where will he be living?
Well, like I mentioned previously, referring Mr. Parker to the Grove Recovery Center in Baton Rouge, he will complete that 28-day program. My hopes is that he would transition to the intensive outpatient facility there, and he can have up to maybe 6 months to a year to kind of work that out.
So
because he's homeless.
Right. Let me ask you this question, and that's one of our main concerns is the homelessness. I think that led to most of these violations. So the Grove will automatically let him transition to this, or does he have to be approved?
No, he don't have to be approved. Only thing he has to do is complete the 28-day program, and he
And
can
they would
transition to the intensive outpatient housing.
Because I mean, Mr. Parker, are you listening? Are you willing to go to the Grove?
Sir, like I've said, I've spoken with Brian. I'm fully rehabilitated. I have no, no, I don't plan on doing any drugs like that. I do need help with housing, but at this point, I'm willing to do anything it would take, to move forward and upon my release, so like I said, if it's in my best interest, if there's no other way out, not just saying, I just want to be free and go run the streets. I'm willing to, receive help and treatment. And like he's referring to, I am, in between homes, so well, whatever is beneficial and whatever can help me proceed in my life.
Attorney may want to say something.
Yeah, I am. Ms. Reisner, do you have anything to add before we vote?
All I will add is, as I mentioned earlier with the charge that was dismissed, I did attach a copy of the minutes to the packet that I sent. It will be on the last page, just documenting that dismissal. But I think Mr. Lars really covered everything. I think as Mr. Lars discussed, those two challenges of substance use and homelessness are both going to be well met by this referral to the Grove Recovery Center. I think it could be a very good fit for Mr. Parker. And I think that with this guidance, as well as Mr. Lars's continued guidance, helping aid Mr. Parker back into reentry, I do think that I think he could be a lot more successful on this reentry. So I would just ask, like I said, I think the release plan says it all in Mr. Lars's advocacy. So I would just ask that the board release him to the Grove Recovery Center.
Okay. All right.
I got a question for Mr. Lars.
Okay.
Mr. Lars, if he doesn't comply with what you're asking him to do you report to probation and parole when he gives you the slip, or you just wait for him to try to come back? How does that work with y'all?
Well, once Mr. Parker is enrolled or transitioned to the Grove Recovery Center, he'll complete that 28-day program, and once he transitioned to the intensive outpatient facility there, his parole and probation parole will be transferred to the Baton Rouge office, because he'll be there for an extended period of time.
Where come in when you say that you're going to mentor him and talk to him and make sure he does the right thing? Where does that fall? After?
Yeah, well, after he completes I can always contact my clients at the Grove. That's why I love that facility, and I refer a lot of my clients to that facility. But in the event, after completing 6 months to a year in the intensive outpatient program, and Mr. Parker decides maybe to transition back to New Orleans, I'm always here. Once a client, always a client. But most of my clients who go to the Grove, they usually get on their feet. Once they go to that intensive outpatient treatment, they usually get on their feet, get employed, gainfully employed, and secure safe housing, usually in Baton Rouge somewhere.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, panel ready to vote?
I am, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go on and vote first on this one. My vote is to do not revoke, and to order you to go straight to the Grove Recovery System from prison. I don't want you going home first. You go straight to that facility for both the 28-day and the long term. Okay, so at a minimum, you should be there 7 months, it sounds like. So you need to stay there and you need to do what they say, because I'm telling you, if you come back and you don't complete this program, you know, these people have worked very hard to set this up. We're gonna hold you accountable, okay?
Okay.
So that's my vote today.
Mr. Porker, are you willing to do that?
It seemed like I really don't have a choice.
No, you have a
You
choice.
gotta want.
You
Just
have
the
a
thing,
choice.
I'm you know I'm from New Orleans. I really don't know the area of Baton Rouge, and that's like my only thought. Like, you know, just being away from my own place that I know, like place that I'm familiar with. So, you know, like if there's a place like closer than that, and as far as the long term go, like I said, I'm fully rehabilitated. I'm really like, you know, I need help with housing maybe, but as far as like the substance abuse and all the classes and stuff, like I don't really think it fits me. I don't really think it fits my situation. It's, you know, like I said, it's something to move forward with, and you know, something to keep an open mind with. But as far as Baton Rouge and like, I don't really like the Grove recovery. It really doesn't sit well with me. I really don't know this. I'm not familiar with the place of the people, you know, and it's like an uncomfortable feeling that I'm having with the situation. It's like, you know, it's kind of like an uncertain energy that I'm really not comfortable with. And also,
All right, so we'll vote. So we're gonna go back to voting. I'm gonna rescind my vote since the subject is not very amenable to the Grove recovery, and my vote today is gonna be that he violated condition number 2 and 3 and 9 and 10, and I vote to revoke his probation. Parole.
My vote also is to revoke for conditions number 2, 3, 4, 9, and 10.
And Mr. Byron.
I concur, same reason.
All right, today your parole has been revoked. Good luck to you, sir.
what that is? Who that is?
Well, this you.
I'm talking about right here.
That's the next person. That's him.
Oh,
Jones behind. This you right here.
okay, so I must
It's
be
the
don't have
boy.
nobody. I must be don't have
Somebody
nobody
must be
speaking
on.
for me.
Somebody probably gonna come right there.
I said I'm.
There.
Hmm?
There.
I don't know.
Somebody probably gonna come right
So far, I don't have nobody speaking for me.
there.
They'd have been on the screen.
They probably gonna come up in that staff spot.
All right.
In the middle.
Hey, come back and sit down. We're getting ready to start, sir, please.
Okay, thank you. They tell me come back, sit down, and start the stuff. They must have was watching me. I'm cold.
Okay, Mr. Shields, good morning still to you. Please state your name and DLC number for the record.
Kenneth Shields, 107556.
Okay, and do you have your parole questionnaire with you today?
Do I have who?
A parole questionnaire.
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you understand you're not eligible for appointed counsel? If you wanted counsel, you'd have had to hire your own attorney?
I'm good. I'm okay.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna proceed. He said he's good. Your case has been assigned to Mr. Tillis. He'll read the violations and we'll go from there.
Good morning, Mr. Shields. How are you today?
I'm good. You?
Good. I'm going to read some violations. You can answer guilty, not guilty, or with a statement. Violation number 2. Since being released on parole supervision, you have failed to provide a monthly report each month to your assigned officer as instructed. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or with a statement?
Guilty with a statement.
Okay, tell us about it.
Well, when I was released down here in New Orleans, but I met this lady when I was at work release, and I moved out there in Amite, Louisiana, and I was staying with her for 10 years, and I got into it with her family member, which was her daughter, and it got really heated, and I didn't want to get in trouble, so I packed my stuff and I left, because I didn't want to get in trouble and go back to prison. I made a promise that once I get out of prison after doing 30 years, I would never go back to prison for nothing. And I came back down here to New Orleans, and I didn't have nothing, just my clothes. And I wandered the streets. I was sleeping in this place, that place. I even been in shelters. I done been in shelters all over New Orleans, even much in Baton Rouge to get off the streets. And I had 4 surgeries on one leg and 3 on the other leg for stents. And I have a heart problem. I have a defibrillator in my chest. So I made it my business not to get into trouble. I wasn't getting into trouble. So I just got caught up, you know.
Did you notify you were
No,
leaving?
no, so I just packed and left. I was just scared I wasn't gonna get in no trouble. I didn't want no trouble. I just left. And I was just down for 2 years or so.
Okay, thank you. Violation number 3, it was discovered that you moved to your, an AME without, and you also, how do you plead on that? Same thing? Guilty?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I said 9, same.
Yeah. For violation number 9, it was discovered that you moved to your, 9 is the same thing too. So we understand. So you're voting, you're pleading guilty on all 3 charges, are you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the explanation you gave, I understand. Mr. Chairman.
Where would you live now? If we was to release you today, where would you go?
I have my place, the people found my places at 2217 Gentilly Boulevard, apartment B, and that's where I stayed. They found me a place for me to get off the street, and that's where I've been staying at. You know, I haven't been getting in any trouble or anything. I don't go nowhere.
You stay there with?
By myself.
Okay, you work? What's your income?
I guess a check now.
What kind of check?
Disability check, Social Security, because I can't do no work.
Okay.
How long were you incarcerated?
30 years.
So, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have alcohol issues? Drink any alcohol?
Oh, no, sir. No alcohol, no drugs. I don't do anything. I have a heart problem. I had 2 heart attacks.
I have no more questions.
It wasn't that I was running or hiding anything. I just that I got caught up and I didn't want to just get in trouble. I just stay at home. I only go make groceries and stay in my house. I don't go nowhere.
But you knew you had a parole officer, huh?
Yes, I did. But when I was out in AME, But like I said, when I came down here, I didn't have nothing but just me and my clothes. I didn't have no phone or nothing. I was homeless for 2 years and stuff. I didn't have no address or nothing. I was sleeping on the street. I even slept in a cardboard box on the street. But to keep from getting in trouble, I didn't go nowhere. I just stayed on the street, and I went in a lot of homeless shelters to get off the street. That's where I was staying at, from this place to that place, until I got my house 2 years ago.
And you've been living in that same house for 2 years?
Yes, sir. I've been in there for 2 years.
Well, you could have contacted your parole officer then, huh? You were starting to get stable.
Yeah, I was starting, but I just comfortable. I was just concerned about not getting in any trouble going to prison. That's all it was. It wasn't that I was hiding or ducking or anything like that. That wasn't the case, because when the people came for me, I knew they was coming for me. I got them open the gate for them to come in. And I told myself, I knew y'all was coming for me. I could have here, I could have didn't even much come to the gate. They wouldn't have never known. But I wasn't running, so here I am.
Do you realize how simple it would have been to avoid all this?
Yes, sir, I know now. Yes, sir.
Do you have a cell phone now or ways to contact your PO?
Well, I done got me a phone and stuff, and I have an electric wheelchair because I can't really walk, because I fall. That's why I have this wrist thing on me. I fall, but I can get around with my wheelchair and stuff. I can contact them.
Oh, so you do have a phone now?
Sir?
You do have a phone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's good. That's good. I have no more questions.
I have no questions. The panel ready to vote?
Ready.
Okay, Mr. Tillers?
Mr. Shields, my vote today is going to be do not revoke. I hope that you will get in touch with your PO officer and stay in touch with them. And if you have any problems, talk to them about it. So my vote today is do not revoke.
Okay, is it possible that I have my parole down here now, since I'm down here, because I can't go back out there and meet around the wall?
Yeah, you can have your parole down here. You could definitely, you'd have to report to the office when you get out of jail.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I sure.
Let's see how Mr. Byron votes.
Yeah. You do realize, like I just asked you, how this all could have been avoided. You haven't committed any more crimes, so I'm gonna go with Mr. Tillis and give you a do not revoke, but impress upon you that you have to report monthly to your parole officer, or else you end up right back here in the same position. And you're looking at not expiring until 42. So you could spend a lot more time in jail if you get revoked.
Yes,
So
sir.
think about that when next time you have a fight with a woman, and don't risk it all.
No, I won't throw it away.
Not revoke.
Yeah, okay, all right, my vote's gonna be the same. You've been in jail for 6 months. I'm gonna vote to do not revoke. I am gonna add the special condition that for the first 6 months, when you leave there today, for the first 6 months, I want you to contact the parole officer twice a month. Can be by phone. It does not have to be in person, but I want you to speak to him twice a month, okay?
Yes,
Let
sir.
him know if you're having these kind of problems, and he'll help you before you get arrested.
Yes, sir.
All right? Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay, we're back at the Orleans Parish Justice Center. My name is Pete Freeman. I'm the acting chair. To my left is Mr. Tillis. To my right is Mr. Barra. Will be your panel today. Would you please state your name and DOC number for the record?
Travian Jones, 745092.
Okay, Mr. Jones, and do you have your parole questionnaire with you? Okay, all right,
Sir.
Mr. Jones. So you want to proceed today without an attorney because you're not eligible for one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, your case has been assigned to Mr. Barra. Mr. Barra.
All right, Mr. Jones, this looks like a re-review of a case from your hearing on 3/17, where you appeared before us on 3/17 for prior revocation hearing, and we found you guilty on violation number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 10. And then the board made a referral to a transitional work program. But due to your pending charges and a charge that you are serving time on for Lafayette, you were not accepted into that transition work program that we ordered.
Yeah, I had finished the Lafayette. I had like 6 months credit for time served, and then I had finished that last month on the 23rd.
Yeah, well, they list that as one of the reasons they refused you, plus your pending simple robbery charge. So,
do you have a pending simple robbery charge?
Yeah, right now in Lafayette, I go to court on the 29th next month for that.
When you go?
On the 29th of next month. I've been fighting that case since 2020.
Well, the problem is that charge is still pending and you can't get into the work program that we were trying to refer you to. So we don't have many other options but to resend that order to the transitional work program, and I can give you a second to say whatever you'd like to say about this current situation, but we're gonna have to revote.
There's no way, like, possibility of like with the tech, the 90-day tech or anything like that.
The what?
90-day tech.
Yeah, the tech. I mean, I've been down 11 months now. I've been down 11 months, and as I've been down, these last 2 months been crazy because CPS came in my life with my kids. Like I said, I got 6 kids, but only 2 of them CPS involved in right now, and I'm going through that too right now. And like I said, I still have my job out there too. If I be able to get back out there, because it was stability that y'all was telling me about. That's why y'all have referred me to the 6 months work release.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like your criminal past has caught up with you with the pending charges. We just can't, they don't want to take you because of the pending charges. So
that charge, honestly, that charge, the only reason why I'm on that charge not because I had went through my time already for the parole I'm on now. But that charge gonna be that charge gonna get dismissed on the 29th. That's when I go to trial.
What charge you were given what were you giving credit for time served for?
That was a Schedule 5. That was an 18.
Okay, yeah, so that's before. Okay.
But it was an illegal carrying of a weapon charge, right?
Illegal Schedule 5. I'm trying to remember everything because it was an 18. I can't remember everything.
But they document.
Yeah, but that's not a violation.
No, it's not a violation of the parole because it happened prior to.
Right.
So I call for an executive session.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion for an executive session. We have a second by Mr. Tillis, motion by Mr. Barra. We're going to go into executive session for a few minutes and we'll be right back with you to discuss confidential matters.
Yes, sir, please. Hopefully. I mean, like I said, these charges that I'm on is gonna get dismissed regardless. Right. Right. Okay. Right. Cold. Kind of nervous though. No, like I know I'm eligible for tech. I'm just trying to really get back home to my kids though, like 'cause they really threatening with their CPS. Like I'm in a, send me the letter, like I'm in the urge of losing them. Like I lost my rights right now. I gotta go home and yeah, I gotta go. But my family member have them right now. But I got up to like.
Okay, Mr. Jones, we've discussed your case and the pending charges is what's keeping you out of work release. You got a court date next month. So we're gonna move to continue your case to after your court date to see what happens. To see if you work release eligible then, because if you found not guilty, you would be work release eligible. Okay, you understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
we don't want to revoke you today, because that would be our only other choice right now would be to revoke you.
Yeah, I don't need that, man. I'm trying to get back to those kids. Back to them.
So we're gonna go on and continue your case, and we will set it within 30 days after his court date, so we can get him back quick, so he can get out of jail. He'll be in jail almost 10 months by then. So, all right.
This month for sure on the 28th will make 10 months.
Okay, right. Okay, so your hearing's being continued, and let's see what happens at the charge.
Okay.
All right, thank you, man. At 11:55.